Hello Bitcoin world, it's Brian here, the UK Bitcoin Master, back with another video in my series Bitcoin for Beginners. Today is Thursday the 7th of February 2018, and this was supposed to be my first live video on YouTube. But for those of you that were logged in, you clearly saw that it went wrong. Everything was just all messed up and it didn't work properly. So my apologies for that. So I've decided to do a recording talking about the same information I wanted to talk about with you all. So as always, please like this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, bash the bell button so you get notified when I post anything, and again, follow me across all the platforms that you're used to following me across, be that Twitter, be that BitBacker.io, DTube, Bit.Tube, Steemit, at UK Bitcoin Master. So my topic today, I was going to be talking to you all about, what we should be looking for when we get into Bitcoin. People, they don't know what Bitcoin is. They've heard the name. They, ask questions like, yeah, right, is it going to work? And I've heard about that, and it's for, scammers or, drug runners or whatever it might be. So I thought I would do a channel today, a show today to give you all some pointers, some guidelines on what you should be looking for within the crypto community before you invest. Now, the one thing I'm going to say, and if I hopefully this will pop up on your screen, I'm not giving financial advice. I don't try to give financial advice. I'm just an ordinary class, working class guy that's learned about Bitcoin, want to share my knowledge with others, and do not take this as financial advice, whatever you do, because it is not meant to be that. If you check out up here, you can check out all my archives at ukbitcoinmaster.com, or my archive with all my previous videos on. And obviously, if you'd like to donate anything to the cause, you can also see the QR code. Where is it? Up here. Whoops, there. If you want to donate a little bit of Bitcoin to the cause. So let's get on with the show in earnest. My philosophy is to buy your Bitcoin after you've done your own research, of course, get it off an exchange onto a Trezor hardware wallet, and then do nothing. And people really struggle with that. Now, I say do nothing. There's some do's and don'ts with the Trezor as well, which is why if you check out the notes below, you'll see links to everything I'm going to cover on the show today, but you'll also see links there to be able to buy a Trezor, to get t-shirts, Bitcoin to the moon. Here we are, bitcointothemoon.com. It will eventually. My good friend down in Australia, so a shout out for Bitcoin to the Moon. So below in the notes, there are links to everything I'm going to talk about today. There are also links to get t-shirts, Bitcoin to the Moon t-shirts. There are links to buy a Trezor, to register with an exchange. As I've already said, my UK Bitcoin Master archive is down there. So I encourage you all, whatever you do, do check out the notes. We don't put them down there for the good of our health. They're put down there for a reason. So do check out the note section. So what I want to do is I want to start talking to you all about, if my technology will work, about some of the things that I believe people should do when they're brand new. Hold on a second. Let's move this over so you can see it. And firstly, I advise anyone considering investing into Bitcoin, already invested into Bitcoin and are worried to death about what's going on with this downtrend and this sideways market. Is it ever going to change? I advise everyone, firstly, to go and read Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. This was written in 2009 explaining what Bitcoin is And I'll tell you something, it will go a long way to helping you to understand what you're involved in or what you're considering get involved in. So number one, read Satoshi's white paper. The next one, hold on a second, the Bitcoin Standard. I don't know whether that's come up for you or not. Hold on. Yeah, the Bitcoin Standard. You know, it's on there from, hold on, let me get rid of my logo there so that's out of your way. Amazon are doing it, you know, book, Kindle. I personally took out an audio book free trial and downloaded the book for free because I like to listen. And for me, the Bitcoin Standard, honestly, it was overwhelming. It was absolutely overwhelming because it's all about money. It's about where we came from, the gold standard that we had, how wars are driven by money, and why the author feels, Seyfedin Ammous feels, that Bitcoin has got every chance, not guaranteed, every chance of being the store of value of the future, the currency of the future. So I can't stress enough, every one of you take the time to either read the book or listen to the audio. Now, I think it's about 11 hours of listening. But with the audio, you can do it on 1.5 speed and get through that a lot quicker. I go for a walk every day, so I put my headphones on and I listen. I go to bed at night, and the last thing before I go to bed, or when I was listening to it, I'd put my headphones on and relax and take in a couple of chapters. And I found it so helpful to me as to why I believe that Bitcoin's the rock. It is the future. There's going to be lots of other cryptocurrencies around, but Bitcoin is going to be the one, in my opinion, that stands the test of time. So the Bitcoin Standard, I can't encourage you enough. Now, the other thing to consider here, okay, and that is, you look at coin market cap, where people go to see what coins are topped by their market cap, the circulating supply, and you'll hear people banging on about coins like Ripple, or XRP as it's called, and EOS and Tether and all these others. But what I want to draw your attention to on this particular slide is the circulating supply. We already know that the dollar, the pound, the yen, they've been inflated to death. They're not worth what they were a decade ago. And the problem you've got when you've got millions and millions of supply, an unlimited supply of something, it means it's got no value. So if you look over here, you'll see that Bitcoin's circulating supply, 17 million. There will only ever be 21 million coins, as opposed to Ripple or XRP, 41 billion. If we go down to EOS, 906 billion. You know, Tether, I think that's trillion, I'm not sure. But the point is, you've got to learn about scarcity. You've got to learn, and the Bitcoin Standard book or audio, it talks about when something is scarce, it becomes very precious and people want it, hence gold. But of course, where Bitcoin's excelling against gold is you can't go abroad and put a gold bar in your luggage. You have a bit of a nightmare. So, you know, if you've got your Bitcoin on your Trezor or a brain wallet or whatever, you can take your value anywhere in the world. Absolutely anywhere in the world. There will never be more than 21 million coins in existence. We know at least 3 million have been lost. The keys have been lost, or they've been thrown away on people's hard drives when Bitcoin wasn't worth anything. So, you know, you've got to understand scarcity and what it means. And the Bitcoin Standard really does help you to do that. Of course, one of the things that I preach also is not your keys, not your Bitcoin. And this was highlighted recently where on BBC News, funny enough here, when QUADRIGA, okay, which is a Canadian exchange, their CEO died, and there's something like 140 million in coins locked up that nobody can get to. This is what I talk about when we talk about owning your own keys. Bitcoin is decentralized, which means that you own your money as long as you've got your keys, not an exchange. So those people that have got their funds on QUADRIGA, they're in trouble. They're in real trouble because, you know, if that guy held the keys and he passed away on his way to India and he did not leave instructions on if anything happened to him, which I'm sure he didn't expect anything to happen to him. If he didn't leave instructions on how to extract those coins, those funds, they're gone forever. Absolutely gone forever. So if you buy some crypto and you actually leave that on an exchange, and that happens in that exchange, or the exchange gets shut down or raided, or the CEO dies or whatever, your coins are all gone forever, and there is no way you will ever get them back. So when I talk about doing a Bitcoin consultation for people, I believe it's so worth a tiny bit of Bitcoin as a payment for someone to educate you on how to get onto an exchange, set it up, how to buy some Bitcoin, how then to move your Bitcoin from an exchange onto a Trezor hardware device. There's Ledger Nano, there's others out there, but I just have Trezor. My family all have Trezors. I believe it's got the simplest interface. I love using it, and I know my way around it. So, you know, you've then got to get your Bitcoin from the exchange onto the Trezor. And sometimes people make a simple error of sending, you know, Bitcoin to an Ethereum address without checking the right box on a Trezor, and you know, the funds are gone. Now, there's a laborious way that you may get them back, but it's a nightmare. It really is. So you want to get it onto your Trezor correctly. Of course, then we have crypto dividends come around. And if you're not sure about the wallet changing process in your Trezor that's random to protect you and your coins, you can end out signing the wrong wallet, like I did with B-Rhodium, and lost 50 B-Rhodium, which I'm really gutted about, I have to say. But I can't change that. And I learned a hard lesson from that. And I don't want anybody learning the same lesson as I did, particularly as B-Rhodium looks like it's a fantastic coin and has got a future. And there's a heck of a lot of funds I have lost forever. So what I'm saying is these consultations are so important that you do it right. So, you know, my email address is below if you want a consultation. If you want to get it off that exchange onto your Trezor, you know, just connect with me and I'll happily set up a consultation. You know, people say to me, yeah, but is that Bitcoin thing going to do anything? Well, here's a thought for you. Who the hell is Jack Dorsey? Well, he's only the founder of tech giants Twitter and Square. And he recently came out and stated on Twitter, he took Bitcoin by storm. He took Twitter by storm by participating in the grassroots Lightning Network Torch campaign. Basically, Lightning is going to be built on the top of Bitcoin. It's in beta right now, and it's going to allow for faster transactions, cheaper transactions. And, you know, it is massively, massively exciting. So basically, Jack Dorsey has got himself involved with this. He's done his bit and then moved it on. But, you know, this is a big hitter. This is, you know, you may not know the name, but who doesn't know of Twitter? Yeah. So, you know, when you've got names like this saying, and I quote, I only own Bitcoin. Where is it? Yeah. I only have Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey, the billionaire founder of tech firms Twitter and Square, said in a tweet Tuesday evening. You know, this is a big deal because there are thousands of coins out there. Most will probably end up going to zero, you know, and you've got a figurehead of one of the largest social media giants on the planet saying he only owns Bitcoin, you know, so you've got to ask yourselves the question, let me get my camera back up, you know, where is this going to go? You know, by reading the white paper, by definitely reading or listening to the Bitcoin Standard, this is how I got a phone call in May 2017 from a business associate that I didn't know that well, but we've connected a few times because I do business with him. And he said, what do you know about Bitcoin? And I said, I haven't got a clue. What is it? And he started to explain it. And it was just, I couldn't get my head around it. It was buzzing around my head. It was doing my head in, to be perfectly honest. And then I decided to delve in, get on YouTube and do my own research. And I read the white paper. Listened to the Bitcoin Standard. I started following different commentators, and then I realized that some of them weren't the type of people I wanted to follow. And I narrowed that down to the people that I follow now. And, one of them, I'll give him a shout out on my show, is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, at TechBolt on Twitter. Super dude, so pro Bitcoin. Always positive on his shows. I'm trying to emulate Adam. He's well ahead of me, been in the space, 5, 6, 7 years, not sure, a long time. But, my channel is Positive Bitcoin. Can it be great all the time? No. But, I do believe ultimately that Bitcoin is the rock. It's going to be the store of value in the world going forward. I might not even be here. So I'm encouraging you all right now, whilst we're in this bear market, this downtrend, I do believe, if you listen to the likes of John McAfee, was talking a couple of days ago, love him or hate him, that, done some studies, and over an 18-month period, Bitcoin grows as little as 100% and as much as over 2,000%. And that will come round again when we go into this next bull run. So, guys, if you're new to the space, I'm hoping you found that useful. If you're in the space, I'm hoping it's given you a little bit more inspiration. Remember what I said. I am not giving financial advice here. This is my own personal opinion. I think that's so important that you understand that. Remember also to go and check out my archives at ukbitcoinmaster.com. And if at all possible, please put your phone at the QR code and donate a tiny bit of Bitcoin to the cause. You don't have to, of course, but it helps us content creators keep our channels going, do our research, etc. And lastly, but not least, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this is a recording as opposed to a live stream, which I was so excited about doing, and then it fell over and the internet wouldn't connect, and it was a total nightmare. And sorry about that, guys, for those of you that are now catching this on recording, but I hope you enjoyed the content that was going to be live anyway. So follow me on Twitter at UK Bitcoin Master. If you're watching this on Steemit, give us an upvote and a re-steam. I'd really appreciate it. BitBacker.io. If you want to pledge some support over there, do that. Again, I'm at UK Bitcoin Master. Check out the notes section below always, because the links to everything I've just shown you here will be down below. I think that's everything, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all on Monday. Have yourselves a fantastic Bitcoin day. Until the next time, I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master, and I'm signing off. Cheers, everyone.